I'm on the America server, and I'm going to play as random here. It's time to play one ranked match, so that I could be placed in a new division for this season. And we'll see what's gonna come after this. And it looks like I'll be facing Terran. There's this Terran picture versus my world picture.
Not enough minerals.
Which would stand for whatever, I guess. And
mineral quantity insufficient.
So it begins. Look, left fun. Hello. Have fun. Alright.
Spawn more overlords.
So I'm building that overlord now. And I really like this overlord.
More overlords required.
Let's also go for a few additional units. He showed up. How unfortunate. I couldn't catch him up. I probably needed to select all of my workers in order for me to do it. In any case, next what I'm gonna do is I'm going to build myself a hatchery. And that's it. So maybe it wasn't a good idea. Oh, look at that. He will force me to not expand where I want.
Under attack.
Okay, that's fine. And it looks like
required.
I will need to build links, so he's kind of trapping me inside, and I'll just need to fight my way out. I had to make myself this command center right here in my third
insufficient base. Overlords.
And that's it. It looks like
must spawn more overlords.
Now I'll need to wait for those overlords. Goddamn. And what's next? That's gonna be full. I'm going for
command unacceptable.
Roach Warren. There, I need a queen here.
Not enough energy.
2 additional workers. So that's filled. A new worker should be coming in here.
Insufficient energy.
Okay, now it's definitely sufficient. What's next? I would need to go into the lair, build myself
command unacceptable.
A few buildings for all those upgrades.
Queen
and
not enough minerals.
At this point, I just need to
quantity insufficient.
Drone up a little bit more.
More minerals required.
2 bases would be very good. And I'm sending all the newly built workers here.
Enough minerals.
Also, at this point, I would need an overlord and continue constructing stuff. Also, I need to make sure my injects are incoming.
More overlords required.
Alright, so he wasn't expanding as quickly
More minerals
as
required.
I thought. That's good. And I have successfully managed
Not
to
enough energy.
build myself a base here. And look at that, he does have a squad of marines, and
Mineral quantity insufficient.
I would probably need to, at this point,
Not enough minerals.
prepare
Must be morphed. More minerals required.
for a defense, because I would lose if he would attack me at this very point in time right now. And that would be just a
Mineral
disastrous
quantity insufficient. More minerals required.
thing for me. So what am I gonna go for? I'm probably gonna go for just simply a bunch of roaches,
Insufficient
and
energy.
then
Not enough energy. Insufficient energy. Insufficient overlords.
and then hydralisks. In any case, I'm risking now building up myself
Must
another
spawn
base.
more overlord. Not
He
enough.
knows something. He is preparing for something. In any case, I'm still investing in a bunch of workers, and here I could go down for those
Insufficient overlords. Insufficient energy.
for those
More
hydralisks and
overlords
such.
required. Evolution complete.
Okay.
Insufficient overlords.
Oh no, insufficient overlords through the board really here.
Swarm
And
has evolved.
I need to continue my upgrades.
Newly more overlords.
More
Sequences spun.
need to be
Swarm must
constructed.
spawn more overlords.
This wasn't really built where I wanted though. And
More overlords required.
more overlords
Mineral
required.
quantity is not enough.
It looks
energy.
like everything eats up
Insufficient
into
energy. Must spawn more overlords.
my resources here, and I'm waiting for the overlord, so unfortunately I got blocked there. And it looks like my third base at this point is operational.
Mineral cluster expanded.
And that's the thing. Alright. Let's get all that extra
Evolution
gas.
complete. Insufficient.
Oh wow, insufficient overlords again. Also, what about these
Must
lurkers?
more overlords required.
So it looks like I have the money.
Mineral
Everything's
field depleted.
not that bad after all. It's just that I don't have those
Not
overlords.
enough minerals.
And at this point,
Mineral
may-
field exhausted.
as well, start fighting my enemy. And we did manage to drone up ourselves
Insufficient overlords.
for quite some time already. And so let's start. Keep moving.
Mutation complete. Must spawn more overlords.
They all stopped, unfortunately.
Sequences spun. Swarm
I'm not sure
mutated.
why did they stop.
Insufficient overlords.
Insufficient overlords all over the place.
Mineral field depleted. Must spawn more overlords.
Okay, I'm fighting here for this base now. Let's annihilate it. Oh, wow. Let's fight them here. That was disastrous for me. Absolute disaster.
Swarm forces under insufficient
He
energy.
should counterattack me at this point and just simply win.
More minerals required.
In any case, we'll see if he will counterattack. Here, these are done. I need
Mineral
lurkers
quantity insufficient.
and some minerals.
Not enough
I have
minerals.
69 workers at this point.
More minerals required.
And that's not a bad count at all.
Mineral quantity insufficient.
Alright.
Not enough. Queen birth successful.
Really? At this point,
Mineral plus newly birthed queen ready.
I am suffering a little bit. Probably I could build some more workers here and there.
Not
I
enough
need
energy.
all that larva. That's
Insufficient energy.
soon gonna go down. And let's get now those additional overlords and some more
More
hydralisks.
overlords required.
These need to move into the hive. Hive cannot be built without an infestation of it.
Unacceptable.
Fine, so the infestation pit is here.
Insufficient.
I would need to max
Not
out,
enough energy.
and
More
I'm
overlords
rich
required.
now, and it looks like this is going to be
Need more Vespine. Mineral field exhausted.
a good
Must spawn more.
starting position. Yeah, so
Additional Vespine gas required.
let's start moving. He's getting rid of all these workers of his, so it looks like this guy
No, not possible. Supply limit reached.
is prepared to go down with everything he has. An interesting choice. Okay, let's do just that then.
Mineral cluster.
And it seems like everybody for me just is dying, just like that.
Vespine gas.
If he doesn't get...
Vespine gas.
Oh wow, that's just
Additional Vespine gas required.
that's just completely crazy. In any case,
Forces under attack.
he's being very, very
Insufficient
defensive.
mineral field.
The Vespine gas problem is hitting me, and not much I can do about it. In any case, I'm just going to continue waiting a little bit for some stuff.
Need more Vespine gas.
It looks like my objective here is to build myself a bunch of infestors, so that I could hit those fungal growths onto my enemy. At this point, he has like a really cool force there.
Mineral field exhausted.
Force that
Hive cluster under direct assault.
that relies
Vespine geyser exhausted.
that relies quite heavily.
Mineral field depleted.
On Marines. And what's next? Let's get a few Vipers and some
Insufficient Vespine gas.
infestors. So the infestors are here. And fungal growth, I'm not even sure if that has been researched.
Required.
He's attacking me with
Not
stuff.
enough energy.
200 Marines. Cool. He has 200 Marines. That's not cool, obviously.
Insufficient Vespine gas.
I don't have Vespine gas. What do I need? 3 upgrades.
Mineral cluster. Additional Vespine gas required.
Okay. So he would win without a doubt, I guess. And that's what he's trying to tell me.
No, not possible. Supply limit reached. No, not possible. Supply limit reached.
What do I need to do? Blinding cloud 100. That's how much I would need here.
Hive cluster under direct
Okay,
assault.
and so it begins. Okay, let's just fight them. And it looks like
Vespine gas.
there wasn't much I could do against them
Additional Vespine gas.
with all those Marines. He has
Insufficient Vespine gas.
become very powerful,
Swarm forces under attack.
he has successfully annihilated everything I had. I don't even have
Swarm forces under attack.
supply with which I could fight him even further. And
Swarm forces under attack.
that's going to be all over. So let's take a look at his game here and how did it went down. So his objective here was to construct
Additional supply depots.
200 Marines. He did that by sacrificing his workers and completely maxed out on Marines.
Base is under attack. Command center upgrade complete.
Now,
Gangway coming through.
let's see how he starts it. He starts with a cheesy build where he only builds barracks. He's not walling himself off. I wonder why he's not walling himself off. It's probably very emotional. In any case, he continues building barracks. That's probably the way to do it. And by 4 minutes, it does have enough Marines to
Base is under attack.
kill me off. In any case, our income is quite similar, but I am making more than he does. But just not enough. And he won't stop making his Marines at a fast rate here.
Research complete.
Gangway coming through.
he's increasing his income substantially. At this point, he has reached a better income than I have.
Ready for dust off.
And
Research complete.
Ready for dust off.
he has upgrades in production, the first ones.
Armed and ready.
He's not attacking, not making any drops.
This better be good.
Mineral field.
SCV ready.
Armed.
SCV ready.
I'm
Mineral
not
field
attacking him as
depleted.
well. I'm trying to build,
Ready for dust off.
SCV
max
ready.
out, but
Upgrade.
little did I knew just how much he's focused on those Marines. At some
Upgrade
point I
complete.
do
Mineral
attack
field
him,
depleted.
so we'll see how that turned out. In any case, it's 9 minutes and he has a proper
Base is under attack. Command center upgrade complete.
supply. Here we see an engagement. That's probably the perfect engagement for him. I'm attacking his SCVs while he is attacking my army, so he will undoubtedly win, fighting just a small portion of my entire force.
SCV ready.
He has a
Mineral field
lot of barracks
SCV ready.
and quite a few workers. He lost a few, but he will recover
SCV ready.
without a doubt. Those mills are helping him.
Ready.
I have a lot more workers,
Complete.
but making just like 500 more. So that isn't that much, really.
Gangway.
Upgrade complete.
SCV ready.
And
This better be good. You want a piece of me, boy?
he's maxing
Upgrade
out on
complete.
Marines. That's his objective here. Build a lot of Marines
Coming through.
and have them supported by
Some.
a
Mineral
medvac.
field depleted.
He has 9 barracks,
You want a piece of me, boy?
1 factory, and 1 Starcraft. He's sending out his SCVs
Gangway. Coming through.
a bit by bit.
Our
To
SCVs
fight
are
me.
under attack.
I had lurkers, but I just couldn't really micromanage them as well, so that was a problem. And soon we will encounter him. He already stimmed,
Unacceptable command.
I didn't
We are at
attack
maximum
him.
Supply.
and he has a much lower health than he would normally do. Those lurkers were not borrowing in time. And the ones in the back didn't do nearly as much damage.
Piece of me, boy.
So I
Mineral
tried to
field
move them up
depleted.
front, but that didn't work out. I probably needed to wait for him to attack me, or better attack him in the south. This is where all of his bases were.
Mineral field
Armed
depleted.
and ready.
In turn,
Mineral field
he
depleted.
builds more.
Gangway.
Upgrade. Mineral field depleted. Unacceptable
Marines
command.
and sends out
Mineral
more
field depleted.
SCVs into their death.
Unacceptable command. We are at maximum supply.
And he relies on this very powerful Marine force, thinking that he could
Mineral field
win
depleted.
against anything I have there with these. And at this point, after
Unacceptable
losing
command.
those, he only
We are
have
at maximum supply.
quite a few mules and 200
Gangway.
Marines when that's done. So that's how it went down.
Unacceptable command.
33
We are at maximum
upgrades,
supply.
200 Marines. That's 200 out of 200. And
Better be good.
at this point, he moves his Marine Ball out into my Hydralisks, and that was a certain death for my Hydralisks. Let's see how that has worked out. And it's an endless supply of these Marines. Snow blinding clouds, everybody died. I do get some fungal growths, very successful fungal growths. But the marine onslaught is endless. And he moves them up closer, so he works it out. He lost quite a few, but not all of them. And the overlords drop like flies. That's it. I won't have the capacity to reinforce against that many troops. And it's all over. Done. Minus 58. It's time to move on to the next one. Currently Bronze League, Tier 1. It's taking quite some time to find it. It's still unclear which race I'm going to use.
Mineral quantity insufficient.
It's going to be a Terran. So
SCV ready.
it starts off with a Wolof.
Woohoo! Overtime. What's going on? SCV ready.
Additional supply depots required.
And now it's the barracks. So it's a sort of
Bad
a
news.
ritual if you want, especially
SCV ready.
needed against Zerg players who would attack with links very early on, very effectively. Next I'm going for
Huh?
another command center.
Big job, huh?
It looks like that the worker has been sent here a bit too early,
SCV ready.
and my SUV got stuck in here.
You scared?
It will cost me a moderate
SCV ready.
400 minerals to build it all up. And here I need to go for that orbital command as well, so it looks like building that extra command center
Bad news.
was not nearly as
In the rear with the gear.
easy as I thought. I had to wait for a lot more minerals before I was able to do it.
Huh?
And here I'm going
More minerals required.
Go ahead.
going for
Armed and ready.
the factory. Mill is dropped. 2 marines are here. So It's not a complete disaster. Okay.
SCV
I like
ready.
to see that
Outstanding.
I'm able to do a bit of damage to them. He's waiting to recover,
What's going on?
and that's what's gonna happen here. He's going to
Boy. Ah! You scared me. Father.
Insufficient energy.
to just consistently attack me. Next, going for an additional
SCV ready.
factory,
Gangway coming through.
and that's it.
What's going on?
Here, another one of these. I need to make sure I'm building stuff. And let's build that reactor. My command centers should probably send their troops there, but no. I need a lot more gas that I'm... Oh wow, that was a mistake.
In the rear with the gear.
That was a bad mistake. In any case, I worked it out. I fixed it all up, and
Better be good.
that's my current
Command center
force.
upgraded.
He's not sending anybody here at me. That's good.
SCV ready.
And
Add-on constructed.
soon I will be able to
Not enough.
get my
Add-on
army
operational.
operational. Okay,
SCV ready.
I'm waiting. Doing upgrades.
Big job, huh?
And
SCV ready.
Insufficient Vespine gas.
insufficient Vespine gas at this point. I'm going to rely
Need more Vespine.
a lot more on mech, because
Enemy
that's
attacking SCVs.
what I'm currently doing. So what's exactly been here?
SCVs under attack.
It looks like he's dropping into my base, and I need some of these guys, some of these guys,
Add-on
and that's it. His tanks have been able to do enough damage, and in turn was able
minerals required.
to destroy everything I had here. Let's first of all attack the tank, but it looks like he's getting everybody in,
Insufficient energy.
and
Mineral quantity insufficient.
I
Better be good.
do manage to just kind of slightly defend
Technology
here.
research base under siege.
In any case,
Enough minerals.
he's out here,
You scared me.
and while being out here,
Gangway.
he will be able to destroy my marines.
Give me orders.
There's nothing that's going to help me. Those Vikings are providing him
Huh?
some really cool vision, and
Sufficient.
this is just splendid position. I really like this positioning here. There's not much
What's going on?
I can think of
Cannot build there.
really at this point. Looks like
Not enough energy.
he has played it well, very
Mineral
well,
cluster expended. Base
and
under
Ready to
siege.
plunder.
I am
Transformation.
without a doubt siege. One Viking won't kill all of them, and that's it. I'm fixing the
whatever.
SUVs.
In the rear with
That's
the gear.
costing me minerals anyway.
Insufficient energy.
He's not dropping. He isn't doing anything.
Additional Vespine gas required.
I'm not. Oh, so he destroyed it.
Enemy attacking
And I was
SCVs.
thinking, I wasn't sure just exactly how
Go ahead.
did he kill the
Big job,
things
huh?
for me. And
Cannot build there.
let's have these done just like that.
Need more Vespine gas.
Okay, so I do have 2 Vikings. There's 3, so that's not gonna end well. He has 4 Vikings, in fact, so that was even worse than I thought.
Armed and ready.
He is showing up for here, and his tanks sooner or later will come closer, and that's exactly what's happening here. He is approaching
Supply depots insufficient.
my
Overlords insufficient Vespine gas.
area here. For the so the Vespine gas was a
energy.
problem I haven't really fixed, and if he's going to be able to, he's going to destroy everything with the tanks alone,
Big job, huh?
Cannot build
and
there.
that's it. I need to make a last attack. Let's go, and that's it. Everybody is annihilated here, just like that.
Base under siege.
He's in my base, and they will destroy everything now. So let's take a look. How did he play this match?
SCV ready.
And it seems to me that he's starting with a Wolof, first of all.
SCV ready. SCV ready.
Command center upgrade complete.
And
Add-on
sends a
complete.
Reaper in. A standard but very effective opening if the Reaper is a very dangerous,
SCV ready.
and that may be the case.
SCV ready.
Add-on.
SCV ready. Fueled up, ready to go.
Then he builds a bunch of tanks and is preparing slowly but surely for that tank drop
Ready for dust off.
Armed and ready.
into my main base.
Coming through. We're screwed.
And so it's going
Ready
down.
to plunder.
Those tanks have been sieged, supported by a few marines. They're doing a lot of damage. I'm sending in the SCVs, and guess what? Instead of staying in the fight, and probably losing those tanks while doing incredible damage to the SCVs, he places the tanks in a very strategically powerful position here, and starts to attack my buildings, and in another way control
Add-on complete.
the positions. A very important place is here, the gate, and he destroyed one of the sides of the gate.
Mineral field depleted.
So that's a thing.
Mineral field
SCV ready.
depleted.
He destroys my natural expansion
Complete.
and defends against the Viking attack.
Ready to roll out.
All in all, things are not looking bad. He's making approximately 2,000
Ready to plunder.
Additional supply depots.
resources from like
Research
1,500. So it
Additional
depends
supply
on the mill drops.
Ready to plunder.
And this is where it ends. Everybody died. And I get minus 68 MMR. Let's move on to the next one. Here I'll be facing Protoss player. Let's see what I'll have. I'll have a turn. And I've never played in this map before. Very interesting. What will I have to expect from here?
SCV ready.
Looks and feels very weird.
Roger.
And what's next?
SCV ready. Huh?
I'll just wall myself
Must
off
build more supply depots.
and construct myself a
More minerals required.
What's going on? SCV ready.
Mineral quantity insufficient.
Roger. Go ahead.
a bunch of factories. So far I'm going from that Marine Marauder medevac play into something like Hellbat
SCV ready.
Cyclone.
SCV ready.
Look at that, he didn't manage to get in. And
What's going?
in turn, I'm just gonna attack
In
him.
the rear with.
Additional
Alright,
Vespene gas required.
let's build that.
Huh?
And I'll probably just have to build myself a command center as well. So, let's get this guy down.
Bad news.
And we can construct the command center at this point.
What's going on?
Also, the factory is going down.
Command
And
center upgraded.
I'm dropping.
In the rear.
Also, I forgot to construct a couple of those marines.
Big job, huh?
That would make things a lot more secure for me. And at this point, like, the first stage of the game is done.
You want a piece of me, boy?
SCV ready.
So that's good, very good.
What's going on? Huh? Go ahead.
Now I'm building
Under attack.
another one of these. He
Been waiting.
is attacking me with
SCV ready.
2 of those. Oh no,
Number.
come on. I need
You can. Who wants some? Ah! You scared
I
me.
need reinforcements.
Go, go, go.
And
Been waiting on
let's just shoot at him.
armed and ready. Why not? By the number. Who wants some?
Okay. Let's attack him further now.
Who wants some?
Optics online.
Alright.
Insufficient Vespene gas.
He did manage to kill the one that's wounded,
Big job.
which is without a doubt a very good achievement. And here I am
SCV ready.
further expanding. Alright. A couple of factories will go down. I wanted to say a couple of tech labs will go down.
Operational.
Okay.
Command center upgraded. Add-on
More
constructed.
workers are going in here,
Operational.
and troops
Not enough
need to
energy.
stack up forward.
SCV ready.
So,
Add-on constructed.
what am I constructing here? It looks like cyclones can be just a little bit too
Supply
expensive.
depots insufficient.
SCV
And
ready.
here I've got supply block.
Yo,
Unfortunately.
you want a piece of me, boy?
In any case, my forces are
Additional supply depots required.
increasing in size at this point, and
Ready to raise some hell.
I need to build that armory for
Big job, huh? Huh? SCV ready. By the number. You gonna
those
give me
hellbats
orders?
to show up.
Ready to raise some hell.
Okay, I need to drop more mills, order more workers, and
Minerals.
build. With that hellbats it won't be nearly as good,
SCV ready.
and they can be a bit better than
More minerals required.
Who wants some?
well, not a bit, but quite a bit better.
Ready to raise some hell.
Oh, look at that!
By the number.
Here we have it. We have it. I can't get the can't get those out. Okay, so it looks like
By the number.
we need to counterattack at this point.
SCV ready.
Not
And,
enough minerals.
Whoa! So not all of these have been added here,
Additional mineral quantity insufficient.
and
You gonna give me orders?
so
Big
what's
job,
next? I'm
huh?
gonna build myself another command center.
Ready to raise.
Gonna
Supply
build
depots
these.
insufficient. Overlords superior.
And I'm going to advance
Light
now.
it up. By the number.
You got coordinates?
Must build
Yeah,
more
let's
supply
go.
depots.
At this point, we can attack them here.
Mineral field exhausted.
Yeah, that's good. Focus fire.
Go, go, go.
Things are looking just nice.
Yes, sir. Outstanding. Who wants some?
More of us.
Where's the hot action? Ready to raise
Alright,
some
I'm
hell.
dropping mules.
Insufficient energy.
Constructing
Ready to raise some hell.
more
Supply
Hellions.
depots insufficient.
If he won't have powerful air
Mineral
units,
cluster expended.
things won't work well for him. Let's attack him just like that. That's the kind of
Additional
engagement
supply
we want. And now
efficient.
let's rewind this and take a look what happened here. So here my choice of unit, which was Hellbat, has proved to be the factor that has won me the game, because what happened there, he had a lot of zealots, and those zealots would die very, very quickly if the Hellbats would attack them in mass, because they do share damage, and that shared damage went through all those zealots, or most of them, and they just fell very, very quickly. After that I counterattacked, and those stalkers that he had didn't stood up against the Hellbats in the front, Marines, and a bunch of Cyclones in the back. And I was able to one by one just kill all of those stalkers there. They were cornered, which was reasonable, but it didn't work out. In any case, here we see that he's going to first of all create a force which he's going to try and attack me. Also, he's making an interesting wall up here. Instead of making one little entry into the base, he's making a longer one, and he could position his troops on the other side here. So that's a bunch of zealots that he's currently warping in. So he's preparing for this assault. And he is going to attack me. He was non-stop, no, not non-stop, but in any case, he did build up just a few SCVs though. I thought that he built up another batch for the second command center, I mean Nexus, but he didn't. In any case, he has quite a few zealots at this point, 13 zealots. And this is where the engagement takes place. Unfortunately, my Cyclones were at the very front, so they almost died. And here I kind of easily defeated everything he had there with those Hellbats, and he decides to go at this point for Stalkers. He has +1. I have the Blue Flame or Infernal Pre-Igniter to fight him. He places his Stalkers strategically so that they wouldn't be surrounded easily. And
I'm here.
he finally engages, and they kind of focus fire on him. As you can see, quite a few Marines are here, and the deeper we go in, the worse it's for me, but for as long as he's attacking my Hellbats, it's fine, because the Hellbats are not really kind of doing all that damage. It's the Marines with Cyclones. Here he destroys the Cyclones, and I kill those Zealots. Furthermore, I'm in his base perimeter, and at this point he just simply had nothing to defend himself with, and so it's all over. I did have quite a lot of money saved up, so that's not bad. That gave me a promotion. Silver Tier 3. And plus 86 points.